Now I'm going to show you how to join the next thread, next piece of wool onto your work. Okay, just make sure that the V is up at the top. That's how you know that's what you're going to be working into. So again, have yourself a bit of a length there. Do yourself a knot. Okay, it's actually like a slip knot. Okay, but there we have it. We have our loop. Now what we need to do is that we need to work in this stitch. Okay, work in this stitch. This is doing ordinary crochet work, okay, which is good to learn. So that's our first stitch. We can't work in here, okay, we just leave that, and we're going to work in this stitch here, the main stitch that you can see. What we're going to do is put our crochet hook through there. Okay, grab our next colour. It doesn't have to be a different colour, but it does help when you're first learning to see where your work is. And we're going to just slip that onto the hook. That's all that is, slip it onto the hook. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to pull this colour through this bottom stitch here. So we pulled the yellow through the blue. Okay, and then we're going to do what we did from the beginning, like a little chain stitch. We're going to go down and around, and we're going to pull that through that loop. Okay, just like that. Just give that yellow tail just a bit of a tug. Okay, now when you're starting a new row, and to try this helps to keep it flat, you need to put 2 stitches in here. So at this point in time, that's the only time when you do it. Okay, so through the very first stitch, we've already put 1, we're going to put in 2. So we're going to put that one back through that same stitch, down and around, and pull that through. Now we have 2 stitches here. Okay, can you see that? We have 2 stitches, 2 crochet stitches, and we're going to finish that off by going down in between the index and the middle finger, around, picking up that wool with the crochet hook, and we're going to pull that through both of those loops. And that's finished there. Then we move to the next one. The next stitch along, put it through, down and around, pick up the stitch, pull that colour through. Now we have 2 here on the hook. We're going to finish that off. We're going to go down and around, and we're going to pull that through both of the loops. Make sure you got plenty of wool. Okay, now again, going into the next stitch along, through there, you go down and around, pull that through. Now we have 2, down and around, pull it through both loops, that finishes it, that one off. Now you're just going to work along in your own time that stitch. Okay, so if you need to, you can go back over it again, but it's always exactly the same. Down and around, pick that up, pull that through. Now we have 2 stitches here. Then down and around, pull it through both loops, and that finishes off that stitch. Go to the next one. Okay.